Hello guys, welcome to another Source Gaming discussion. Joining me today is MagcargoMan
Hi.
and Tris.
Hello.
You might remember MagcargoMan from the Zelda Representation in Stages article on Source Gaming. He wrote an epic article. It was 2 parts. We'll definitely have the link in the description below. But today we'll be talking about what kind of Zelda representation we want in Smash for Switch. Now, of course, Smash for Switch hasn't been announced yet, but that doesn't mean that we can start speculating. So first, we'd like to talk about what kind of fighters we want to see, and Tris will be starting us off there.
So there's a lot of clamor, basically, for so many different characters, but honestly, I feel like out of any of them that stand a chance, it'd probably be Impa, because she's had so many different appearances they could pull from.
Personally, I disagree. I don't think Impa's very, very likely. I think she's more likely than a lot of the other one-off Zelda characters.
Right.
But I don't think Impa's really left a strong impression on the player.
I think Hyrule Warriors did a lot for a character in terms of demand.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really see much requests before that. There was some due to Skyward Sword, but really Hyrule Warriors was what increased the popularity.
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, they want her Hyrule Warriors in Smash.
Yeah, I could see that. I was mostly thinking the Skyward Sword one just because of the huge role in the story she played with it, but...
Mm-hmm. Okay, MagcargoMan?
Before we move on, can I just say a little more about Impa? I was thinking, when people say what could she do, like if you didn't want to give her a Hyrule Warriors weapon, I was thinking, since like they made up stuff for Sheik, what if Impa had like shadow powers because she was the Sage of Shadow in Ocarina of Time?
Right.
Oh yeah, that could work.
Or she could use the Sheikah Slate from Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true too, actually. The Sheikah influence would actually be really interesting.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't seen what role she'll play in Breath of the Wild.
She hasn't been confirmed for it though, has she?
I believe there's some speculation that one of the voices in one of the trailers was her.
Yeah, I think she's the old woman speaking in the newest trailer.
So it hasn't been confirmed yet as of recording.
Okay.
Is there any fighters that you'd like to see, MagcargoMan?
Well, originally I was for Impa, but I think I'm starting to realize now it was sort of more because of Hyrule Warriors than actual Zelda. I'm actually thought about now. I think I haven't played Minish Cap, but I think Vardy would be pretty cool because wind powers. There's no character that has like a wind-based moveset, so that'd be really unique.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
and I know a lot of people really want additional villain representation in Smash. And Batty is probably the biggest villain in the Zelda series that isn't in Smash.
After Ganondorf.
Oh yeah.
Isn't he like the only recurring Zelda villain besides Ganon?
Yes.
Yeah, so I reckon that gives him a bit of an edge over most Zelda characters.
Mm-hmm. But I think you covered this in your article. The portable Zeldas don't really have strong representation in Smash.
Yeah. Well, Zelda got the Phantom Slash.
Yep.
But that's just a move.
And we had the Spirit Track stage on Smash 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, sorry, with Vardy, it'd also be cool because like Toon Link sort of stands out. Like he's the only sort of Zelda character there that doesn't really like fit in with the rest. But Vardy's like in the Toon style, so he'd have his own like villain.
Right. Yeah, no, that is true actually.
Yeah, it could be an interesting pair.
It would actually be nice to have a slightly more balance between the essentially what's the two sides of Zelda, of the more realistic like Twilight Princess and the more cartoony like Toon Link, because he is the only one on that side right now.
Yeah. Plus, while the Hero Wins wasn't in Minish Cap, it's it'd be a good contrast. The Hero Wins versus a Wind Mage.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, that would be cool.
Yeah, I guess in Brawl they had some plans to have possibly Toon Zelda and Toon Sheik, but those were scrapped and then never brought back.
I am really curious what that would have been, honestly. I mean, I'm presuming that would be like what, Tetra in her Zelda form?
A lot of people assume Tetra, but the files literally say Toon Sheik. So I think if it was Tetra, it would have been named Tetra.
Yeah. Huh.
I hope I don't offend anyone by saying this, but I'm kind of glad the whole Toon Zelda and Toon Sheik thing didn't happen.
Get out.
I think I feel like that might have been too much quote unquote toon representation too quickly. But as
Yeah.
Wind Waker's my favorite game, I would not have been opposed to it.
Wind Waker's my favorite too.
I think what happened was once they decided that Sonic would get into Brawl, they had some extra development time because they delayed the game again. And then that's where we got Wolf and Jigglypuff and
Toon Link.
Toon Link. Okay, well, moving on. The fighter that I really want to see, and I made this no secret, is Tingle. I think Tingle would make an excellent addition. He has his own games. He has some popularity. Some people hate him, but I think he's a interesting character and deserves to be represented as a fighter and not as his trophy.
I think regardless of if it's positive or negative attention, he has a lot of that attention.
Yeah.
So he would cause a buzz in the community no matter what, and that'd actually be really interesting, especially since Smash games are known for quote unquote the joke character, like what everybody assumed Wii Fit Trainer was in Smash Wii U and 3DS, and I think Tingle would definitely fit that role.
Yeah, definitely. And if people really hate Tingle, then they could just beat him up all the time.
That is true.
In Hyrule Warriors, his moveset's pretty amusing. But
he's very flamboyant.
And he has like a few moves where he hurts himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could I mean, even those moves represent a lot of what Tingle is. I mean, the emphasis on the bombs and actually using his balloon, and I'm pretty sure one of his moves he throws confetti. So it's pretty great.
Would he be Majora's Mask design like in Hyrule Warriors, or do you think he'd be like Toon like he is in Smash?
Probably Toon, because I think that would be that's the newest one, really.
Yeah, I feel like more people would just also be familiar with that one because you have to encounter him in Wind Waker, whereas in Majora's Mask, it's more optional if you want a map.
Well, I think the first time is required, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
No, actually, no. I don't think so, no.
Did Tingle have haters back in Majora's Mask, or was it Wind Waker that started it?
Oh, yeah, he had haters back in Majora's Mask.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Well, moving on. Let's think about what stages we'd like to see. MagcargoMan, do you have an idea for a stage that you'd like to see?
Yes. When I was a kid, I used to play on the GBA, A Link to the Past. And I always found the opening sequence where you go through Hyrule Castle to rescue Zelda very memorable. So I think it'd be cool if Hyrule Castle Dungeon was a stage, like the room is the bottomless pit.
Ooh, that sounds really interesting.
Plus, I know we've had Temple, but there hasn't really been like a true dungeon stage, if you know what I mean, like an indoor one.
Yeah.
So it'd be good for like dungeon representation, since that's an important aspect of the Zelda series.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree.
I don't think it'd have any gimmicks though. I think it'd be like more straightforward stage. I don't really know what the layout would be. Maybe it has some pillars that would have some platforms on top.
It's reminding me a lot of the Castle Siege from both Brawl and Smash Wii U and 3DS, or just Wii U. It's the
Fire Emblem stage?
Yeah, the Fire Emblem stage where it transitions between like the top of the castle to inside and then to below it.
Yep.
Something like that for different temples. I don't know if it would be from any specific Zelda game, but that's the idea you gave me right there.
I was thinking whether it should just be the blue dungeon alone, or if it should be like a sort of transforming stage like Castle Siege, and have like the top floor where it's all like gold and stuff, like the first floor, and then the transitions to the bottom floor where it's all blue. Oh, and I have one other stage idea.
Okay.
Because I'm a big Wind Waker fan. I know it's already had a stage, but Ocarina of Time got a second one due to the 3DS port, so I figured Wind Waker HD could justify another Wind Waker stage. At first, the idea was originally like Outset Island, but it'd be like Delfino Plaza and move around, but Skyloft sort of already did that. So my new idea is the Wind Temple. You know the big chamber with the propeller?
Yeah.
I think it would be like some metal platforms in the air above that, but some of it would be solid metal and others would have grates, and every now and then the propeller would blow, and the bits where the grates are, the wind blows through, and that like affect the gravity.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be kind of like Wispy Woods, a little bit.
Sort of like in Pokemon Stadium 2, the wind the air,
Oh,
the
yes.
flying transformation. But it wouldn't affect the whole stage, only the parts where there's grates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ooh,
I
that
see
is
what
actually
you're
pretty cool.
So that's about it for me for Zelda, because I haven't played many Zelda games. But what about you, Tris?
So I think because Smash has a tendency they try to pick something from the newest or one of the newest games for what they represent. So
Yeah.
I was trying to think of something they could pull from Breath of the Wild for a stage, and I actually feel like they don't even need to pull a specific thing if they just do, such as the Gower Plain stage from Xenoblade, where it's just basically one of the main overworld areas. They could do that for Breath of the Wild, like the Great Plateau, and maybe like in the background it just kind of takes you along like a panoramic view of the entire place, but maybe you're just on a floating platform around it or something, or even the top of the tower on there.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I discussed it a little bit with Ash Paulson in what stages we'd like to see discussion that we had.
Right.
And one of the things that I point out is I think it would need an emphasis on nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
that's such a huge part of Breath of the Wild.
It'd probably have like more subtle sort of music, like really atmospheric.
Yeah.
You know how in the Pikmin stage there's environmental noises as a song?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Probably something like that for Breath of the Wild stage.
Yeah, I could see that.
Going off the atmospheric and environmental, if it had like a weather pattern that would go on in the background, because I mean we've seen in Breath of the Wild you can get like struck by lightning because there's random thunderstorms that'll come in. That would actually be something pretty cool if there's like a weather pattern that goes on in the background. Maybe it affects the stage.
Would
Yeah,
there be? Sorry, would there be thunderstrikes?
Oh gosh, that would definitely pose a hazard, but that wouldn't be the craziest thing on a Smash stage.
Yeah.
I was thinking, yeah, it would probably be Great Plateau, whatever, because they always, except for Great Bay, they've always chosen a stage that occurs early in a Zelda game,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and Great Plateau is like the first area.
Yeah, I think with the Great Bay, because they had the idea of the backstages in Melee, and so the backstages were supposed to be more, I think, hardcore or like more gimmicky, and so because of that, they pulled from a later area.
According to the site, Temple's the backstage though for Zelda.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm messing up today. I'll just cut everything out.
Any other ideas, Tris?
Aside from the Breath of the Wild one there, I mean, unless there was something more iconic like Hyrule Castle itself from, honestly, any of the games, that would be really interesting if it was like a stage, probably from maybe the Twilight Princess HD one, since that's also fairly recent. I know there's already the Twilight Princess stage, but in my personal opinion, the Hyrule Castle in that game is probably the most defined and the most expansive it's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
I think another good idea for a Twilight Princess stage would be the Twilight Realm, or like the Palace of Twilight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any ideas for it. I just think like I just think the setting would be really unique.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that you don't really see any Twilight realm stuff in the Twilight Princess stage. I know it's the Bridge of Olden, but
There's the portal.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's really the only sign of Twilight that's there.
yeah, for me, I would like to see a stage from Zelda 1. I think it's kind of weird that we haven't really had a good stage that represents the origins of the series.
Would it be like a 8-bit looking stage, like Mushroom Kingdom, or would it be like a more modern interpretation?
I think it would be 8-bit, kind of like the F-Zero stage.
Yeah, we've been seeing more of
okay.
those. Well, F-Zero 16-bit, but like it was just like Mario in the first two games, and then Donkey Kong in Brawl, but Smash 4 like branched out and added more retro stages for other series like Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
be
and
interesting.
yeah.
Would it use the top-down perspective so you'd be walking on the walls, technically?
I guess, yeah, that would be an interesting issue. I guess maybe that's why they haven't done it before. Trying to figure out how that would.
Speaking of walls, sorry, I thought for A Link Between Worlds, the stage could be like, it could be like a painting on the wall.
Yeah.
And you could like, it'd be like a 2D stage, sort of like Flat Zone.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah, I think a Link Between Worlds was my second choice, actually.
Did you have any other ideas for that?
Nothing in particular. I just would really like to see a Link Between Worlds represented. I think it was a really well-made game. Definitely up there for one of my favorite Zelda games. Well, let's go on to what kind of costumes we'd like to see. Now, this includes Mii Fighter costumes as well as alt costumes for characters. Tris, do you want to start us off with that?
Sure. So I was thinking about the different Mii costumes that we've already gotten so far, and I was thinking that if you remember way back at E3, they did the in Miitomo, they did the they did the Zelda crossover, so where you can get like Link's outfit from Breath of the Wild, and I'm fairly certain that would be one of the first new Mii costumes we would get, because it feels so pushed upon us that they want the Miis dressed as that. And I think that would be actually pretty interesting for, I would say, probably still the Mii Sword Fighter, or unless it was something that could work on any of the Miis. But aside from Mii costumes, so far in the two most recent Smash Bros. Games, being Brawl and Smash Wii U and 3DS, both representations of normal Link is the Twilight Princess Link. And I feel like instead of settling on a specific one, kind of like how we have the the male and female Wii Fit trainers, or any of the other characters like that, such as Olimar and Alf, I think it'd be really interesting if Link had alternates of some of his other incarnations, such as Skyward Sword Link, or even just Breath of the Wild Link.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild Link, they're really pushing the new outfit with the blue and stuff. So I think that'd be good to see.
Okay, do you have any ideas for alt costumes?
Like I said, Breath of the Wild Link. Before that, though, my idea for Link's alt costume was always the clothes he wears at the start of Twilight Princess in Autumn Village.
Ooh, yes.
For Toon Link, and this is pretty obligatory, but I want the Outset Island clothes.
I really want those.
I'm just surprised that it's never been part of his costume.
I was, especially when they gave normal Link the palette referencing the Skyloft outfit. I thought for sure Toon Link would have gotten at least reference to his Outset clothes, but I guess not.
Yeah.
I don't really have any ideas for the other Zelda characters, though. I think they just probably have maybe like their design in another game. Like Zelda might have Ocarina of Time Zelda, same with Ganon and Sheik or something.
For me, I'd like to see Twin Rova as a Mii costume.
Would that be Sword Fighter?
I haven't decided. Like, it could be the projectile one.
Oh, the Mii Gunner.
The Mii Gunner, yeah.
So the costume would have the staff as like the gun.
Yeah, the staff would be the gun. Wouldn't be a perfect fit, obviously, but I think that could be an interesting Mii costume.
Oh, I actually just got another idea for a Mii costume. Because earlier you mentioned Link Between Worlds. I think it'd be really interesting to see like a Mii Brawler or something get a Ravio costume.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ravio's sort of popular with the outfit and stuff. What about it's unlikely, but I figured since there's like a Shy Guy mask, what about a Korok mask?
Oh yeah, that would be pretty nice.
That would be really cool.
They're in Breath of the Wild as well, so.
Yeah, I could have sworn there was some sort of. Is there a Korok mask in the Street Pass Mii Plaza? I don't
think so.
I could have sworn there was somewhere where I've been able to put a Korok mask on my Mii, but I can't place where.
Oh.
I have to look into that now.
I haven't used Street Pass in forever.
Let's see. I can't really think of any alt costumes that haven't been mentioned already.
I've seen some people bring up for Link the rupee armor or magic armor from Twilight Princess.
Oh, that would be neat.
And sometimes they bring out like the Zora armor too.
Oh, one costume that we could have is the Postman costume that Link has in Hyrule Warriors.
Oh my gosh, I would love it. That is so ridiculous. It would probably be everybody's go-to costume.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just checked. It wasn't one of the Miis that you can wear the Korok mask in. It was Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Ah, that makes sense.
On the topic of Postman Link, what about for Toon Link? Like one of his outfits from Triforce Heroes.
Oh,
like the
yeah.
That's an amazing
like
pool
the
to choose from.
cheerleader or something.
Get the Zelda costume,
Yeah.
the dress one.
Oh, but why not the lineback one where he even gets the fake mustache?
Oh yeah. Triforce Heroes just has amazing costumes.
It really does.
Like that would be a treasure trove for Mii Fighter costumes or alts.
Cheerleader me. It could be a brawler or it could be a gunner, and the like pom pom could be the gun.
Oh gosh, that'd be ridiculous.
Well, moving on. Our next topic is assist trophies and items. MagcargoMan, you want to start us off with that?
Well, I haven't played many Zelda games, but I think I've noticed in Smash 4 that most of the assist trophies represent characters from like a single game. Like we had Girahim, we've had Midna, and Skull Kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Tingle counts as Wind Waker.
Yeah.
So maybe an assist trophy from someone who only appeared in Ocarina of Time would work. Maybe Twin Rover. But like in combined form, not separate form.
Yeah, that would be interesting, actually. I know they appeared as the stage hazard in the 3DS Gerudo Valley, I believe it was. Yeah.
But I don't really have any other ideas that come to mind for assist trophies.
Tris?
For assist trophies? The main one that actually comes to mind is Ravio, again, because it would just be interesting for him to come out and just toss some items on the stage and then flee, basically, before he gets hurt. Essentially like Isabelle, except he's not throwing healing items, he's throwing items you can pick up and use.
That's pretty interesting, yeah.
The way you described it reminds me of that enemy in Subspace. I forget what it's called, but the one that has like the red trousers and it like throws items and runs off.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yes.
I can't remember
what are they called?
the name. They all had like really stupid names in Subspace. I think it was Pop Ant? Pop Ant?
Pop Ant? It might have been Pop Ant, yeah. That might have been it. No, but aside from the Ravio assist trophy, I can't really think of anything else unless maybe like another enemy like Yuga or something comes and stuns somebody in a painting or something, but I feel like that would be slightly too elaborate.
Yeah.
What about the old man? The 8-bit old man? he gives you the sword.
He gives you the beam sword in this case.
Yeah.
Or it just makes your attacks like when you like punch or something, a beam comes off it.
Yeah, I can't really think of any assist trophies that should be added. Like Ravio, I think would be an interesting addition. But maybe like Impa, I guess, or like any character that we mentioned that wouldn't work as a character, or a character that we mentioned that didn't come in as a character.
Would that be Skyward Sword Impa?
Not sure. Maybe Breath of the Wild, depends on how she appears there.
Old Lady Impa gives them the Triforce of Wisdom to protect them.
As well as far as items go, I guess like there's nothing like really sticking out either. Zelda's really well represented with items.
Yeah, it really is right now. I mean, the most I would think of are like some reskins of existing items just to add extra theme. Like there's a little like the eye turret thing from Kid Icarus Uprising, I believe. And I was just thinking like, what if there was a version of that was a guardian, so it shot like little laser beams instead of like big blasts.
That'd be pretty cool.
I can't really think of any item ideas. I think they've got all the important ones in Smash 4, because they've got like the fairy bottle, they've got heart containers, and they got the cuckoo.
Oh right, I forgot they added the cuckoo. I just remembered the bomb shoe.
Yep.
Maybe iron boots, and when you pick them up, you like don't get any knockback or flinch. You take damage, but you wouldn't like move or anything.
Oh, so it'd be
so
like
it'd be a little bit different than Metal Box, yeah.
Yeah, because
it wouldn't turn your
maybe at the cost of jumping, you wouldn't be able to jump with the iron boots on.
How about the Pegasus boots?
Oh,
would they keep you
Would they
always
just like
in
charge you forward?
So it wouldn't just be like a speed power up like the bunny hood.
No, you would just charge forward and run through people, kind of like a Link Between Worlds.
Okay.
That would be pretty interesting. I think it'd be kind of similar to the Bullet Bill item, but I don't.
That's true.
But I mean, then again, as we were just saying, like some item ideas are probably going to be similar at this point because they touched upon so many.
Yeah.
Maybe you could, while charging, it's possible to do your dash attack.
Okay.
Maybe it extends the range of your dash attack then. So like instead of just right in front of you, maybe it like propels you forward while you do your dash attack.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, well, moving on to music. What kind of music do you want to see represented in Smash for Zelda, Triss?
So, luckily Smash Wii and 3DS started picking a really nice pool of things. They did really good remixes. I still love that the remix of the Ballad of the Goddess. But I noticed there was no remixes from like Link Between Worlds. I think they just had like Yuga's battle and the Lorule theme.
Yeah, it was all imported.
Yeah, I would love to see kind of like what they do with the special CDs. Like I think the brand new one that just came out they do like all these medleys of like the boss battle themes and from specific games. I would love to hear some of the music from Link Between Worlds redone in essentially in the more epic Smash music that they've been giving for Zelda lately. Probably also the main theme from Breath of the Wild, the one that they used for the first E3 trailer back in 2016. Like if they did some sort of remix of that might be really interesting. But I can't think of anything specific aside from just more of it.
Okay, MagcargoMan?
Well, this would tie in with the Hyrule Castle dungeon stage idea, but the Hyrule Castle music from A Link to the Past as a remix.
Oh, I would really like that.
That'd be pretty cool. And also for the same stage, a remix of the dungeon theme from A Link to the Past, like the Light World dungeon. That's about it for A Link to the Past, but I have quite a few from Wind Waker.
Okay.
I like to see a remix of the title theme.
Yes.
I'd like to see Outset Island. I don't think it has to be a remix though. I'd be fine with the original. Dragon Roost. It's already been on Pirate Ship, but I think a remix of it wouldn't hurt. Like a more dramatic one, like
what we got in Hyrule Warriors.
Not quite like that. You know that mod Smash Free?
I believe so.
There's a trailer for Toon Link, and in that there's like an orchestrated remix of Dragon Roost that sounds pretty good. So something like that. Now the last few the last two songs they'd work on the Wind Temple stage idea I had. The first would be like the enemy encounter theme in Wind Waker. That'd probably be a remix. And I know it's really cheesy, but I've always loved it. I like to see the mid boss theme from Wind Waker.
Yes. The whistling in it was pretty good. Well, not whistling, but it's a tune you could easily whistle to.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Music from A Link to the Past and Wind Waker.
Yeah, for me, I'd like to see Ballad of the Windfish. I think it's kind of weird that it's not in Smash right now.
Oh yeah, actually.
It's such an iconic song for the series.
It really is.
And it would be nice to have some sort of additional Link's Awakening representation in Smash.
Yeah, we had Tao Tao Heights in Brawl, but it was mostly just the overworld theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And then the second idea was kind of out there, but it's the Zelda 2 commercial.
I have no idea what that is.
It's like a rap. Of course, I would never make it in. Well, they did have Ai no Uta, the Pikmin song, the Japanese kind of love song that they had. Or they had that in Brawl.
They also had it's not quite the same because it actually appeared in the game, but Checkered Knights from Kirby first appeared in the anime.
Oh, okay.
Right back at you.
Yep. So it's not impossible, but it's definitely.
It's not impossible, but it's unlikely.
And then the last song I would like to see is Oath to Order from Majora's Mask. It's one of my favorite songs from the game. But I think it would probably have to be in some sort of melody, like Majora's Mask melody, and not on its own.
Oh, while we're on Majora's Mask, I haven't played it, but I wouldn't mind the Clocktown theme appearing.
That would be a really nice medley if it kind of transitioned into each day, because each day it speeds up, it changes the way it plays out the song.
That would go well with a Clock Town stage.
Yeah, and they could do it based on time as well.
Ooh, so kind of like the Animal Crossing stage, kind of like how the day-night actually changes depending on your system's clock, and occasionally KK Slider would be there.
I was thinking of the Mario stage, where like as in the Street Fighter stage.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I think we're about to wrap up this discussion, so do you have any last thoughts before we kind of wrap it up, MagcargoMan?
If we could go back to characters for a moment.
Sure.
I don't think it's likely, but since we've had like 2 versions of Link and 2 versions of Zelda, maybe Pig Ganon, like the original blue Pig Ganon with the trident.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, that would actually be pretty neat.
Yeah, I think the original Ganon would be a really cool addition.
But as we know, they don't really pay much attention to the top-down Zelda games, so I don't think that's a very likely sort of outcome.
Okay. Tris, do you have any last things that you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
For me as well, also going back to characters, actually, I started thinking about having Midna and Wolf Link, because I've recently been playing through Twilight Princess HD, and I actually feel like, because I have a friend that plays Duck Hunt, and the more I watch him play, the more I realize that you don't actually do much as the dog. It's a lot more just shots being fired at the dog. The duck actually does more attacks than the dog does, so we don't actually have a moveset that would really be good for a dog-like character, so having Midna and Wolf Link would actually be pretty neat.
Yeah, I think the way that Duck Hunt dog was designed was like the B attacks are the dog, the smash attacks is the gunner, and the rest of the duck.
Yeah.
Basically. So yeah.
It sounds cool, but I don't think any one-off Zelda character is sort of likely.
Yeah, I know, but
although technically Wolf Link's not really one-off now.
Yeah, he's in Breath of the Wild now.
Yeah. I think there is one last character. King Harkonian.
Oh gosh.
His weapon can be his cup.
Yeah. My boy.
Tosses wine at people.
And that would be more of a joke character than Tingle.
Well, I think this wraps up our discussion. So, MagcargoMan, where can people find you?
Well, I have a Twitter, but I don't really use it. But yeah, I guess if you want to ask me something, that would be the good place to go.
Okay. And we'll include a link to it in the description. How about you, Tris?
So, obviously now I'm part of Source Gaming, so you'll find me there, obviously. But otherwise, on Twitter, I'm not even going to try to read up my Twitter handle. You'll just see it on screen. But you can also find me over at WiiHii, where I do Let's Playing with my friends.
And I'm Push Dustin. You can find me on this channel a lot of the times. And you can also follow me on Twitter just by searching Push Dust In. Thank you guys again for joining this discussion, and I hope you guys have a great day.